The margay is one of the most tree-adapted wildcats in the Americas, and almost every part of its body makes more sense once you watch how it lives above the forest floor. It is smaller than a leopard or jaguar by a huge margin, but that smaller size is exactly what lets it move through branches that would never support a heavier cat. A margay has a slim frame, large eyes, soft patterned fur, and a very long tail. And none of those features are just for appearance in a dense tropical forest. Those eyes pull in more light for hunting at night, the coat breaks up its outline and leaves in shadow, and the tail helps the body stay balanced during careful movement. What really sets this cat apart, though, is the way its ankles and feet work, because a margay can climb down a tree headfirst in a way that looks more like a squirrel than a cat. Its rear ankles can rotate far more than those of most other cats, giving it unusual control on trunks, angled branches, and rough bark where one slip could mean a long fall. That flexibility turns the forest canopy into a hunting route, a resting place, and a safer highway above many larger animals that stay mostly on the ground. A margay can still travel and hunt below the trees when it needs to, but it is far more comfortable in a layered world of vines, branches, and hidden perches. It moves with patience rather than speed most of the time, placing its paws carefully, pausing often, and using silence as one of its most important tools. In that elevated world, the margay hunts birds, tree-dwelling rodents, small monkeys, lizards, frogs, and other small prey that many ground-based predators rarely reach. It does not need to overpower large animals to survive, because its success comes from accuracy, timing, and being able to reach places where small prey may feel protected. That makes the margay a specialized predator, not in the sense that it can only do one thing, but in the sense that it is built for a part of the forest many people never see clearly. The body remains compact, but the legs are strong, the paws grip well, and the spine stays flexible enough to let the cat twist, crouch, and descend through complex branches. Even its ears and whiskers matter in that environment, helping it read space at close range where leaves, twigs, and narrow footing can turn a simple movement into a risk. Unlike the bigger cats that often dominate attention, the margay survives by being overlooked, by fitting into darkness, and by using the structure of the forest itself as cover. During the day, it may rest in thick vegetation or high sheltered spots where the shape of its body blends into bark, moss, and broken light filtering through the canopy. When evening starts to dim the forest, that quiet body becomes active again, and the same branches that looked still in daylight become part of a hunting path. A margay does not charge through its habitat like a dramatic movie predator, because wasting energy or making noise would work against everything this cat is built to do. It relies on stealth, short controlled movements, and close-range decisions, which is one reason so many people can spend years in margay habitat and never see one. Even researchers often learn more from camera traps than direct sightings, and that alone says a lot about how effectively this cat avoids being noticed. Its range stretches across parts of Mexico, Central America, and South America, mostly in forests where tree cover remains dense enough to support the kind of movement it depends on. Habitat matters a great deal for a cat like this, because once continuous forest is broken into smaller pieces, the canopy roots become less useful and daily survival gets harder. Roads, logging, clearing, and forest fragmentation do not just remove trees in a general sense, because for an animal like the margay, they remove travel routes, shelter, hunting space, and safety all at once. That is why healthy forest structure matters as much as forest area, since a margay depends on connected layers of vegetation rather than isolated patches with open gaps between them. A female margay usually raises only a small number of young, and that slow pace of reproduction means populations do not recover quickly when losses start to build. Young margays have a difficult job ahead of them because they must learn not only how to hunt, but how to move with complete control in a three-dimensional habitat. A branch is not just a platform for this animal. It is part of a narrow living space where grip, judgment, and balance can decide whether a hunt succeeds or fails. For all its skill, the margay is not some fantasy version of a cat, and that is exactly what makes it interesting, because its abilities come from real physical design and real forest demands. It is a small predator shaped by branches, darkness, and precision, and every part of its life shows how much variety exists within the cat family. Some cats are built for open grass, some for power on the ground, and the Margay is built for the vertical world, where control matters more than force. Once you understand that, the Margay stops looking like just a smaller spotted cat and starts looking like one of the clearest examples of how a forest can shape an animal from head to tail.